Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first workshop of today's program. We're going to be here today to talk about the Modern Lawyer's Marketing Blueprint. And up here on the stage with me, we have Andrew Rudder. Andrew also has his own firm, Rudder Law Group, where he is a personal injury lawyer specializing in catastrophic impairment law. And as you all know from tuning in this morning, he also got a shout out from Jack Newton. So
we actually have someone in the room, Andrew Rudder, who is somebody we've done a number of case studies on at CLIO. He's a CLIO customer. He won our 2022 Reisman Award and runs an incredible practice in Burlington, Ontario. And I think this idea of defining what success means to you individually is something that Andrew has done a tremendous job of. It's been really great working alongside Andrew, and really proud rather to count him as a partner at CLIO, and somebody that is really inspirational to our team when we think about the impact that our customers are able to have, and the kind of impact that Andrew's able to have in some small part because of the technology tools he's able to use. And in thinking about what are these personal stories, what are the personal impacts that people are trying to establish, one of the things Andrew shared with me is his long-term vision is to take on more social justice issues. He wants to give a voice to the voiceless and to reflect the diverse community that he lives in. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about motivational drivers. It's having the idea, a really clear idea about what is the thing bigger than yourself, bigger than your firm that you're trying to accomplish. What is that long-term vision? What's that mission that not only inspires you to get through the lows, to get through the failures, but also establishes something that your staff are energized and inspired by as well. And it's something that is free as well, by the way. Like, there's a lot of things that we look at that we can do to encourage engagement and passion within our staff and our teams. And the reality is a lot of those things can cost a lot of money. Defining a mission that people are inspired by and that resonates with them, that can help drive a lot of great outcomes and a lot of increased productivity, is something that just takes time and energy to think about what that mission is. And it can really inspire people and have a huge impact.
If Jack thinks that he's doing something right, I think he's got something to offer to all of us. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our speakers. Gentlemen?
So good morning, everyone. In law school, they teach us a lot about the law, but not very much about running a business or marketing it. So like you, when I started my own law firm as a solo practitioner 2.5 years ago, during the tail end of the global pandemic, I had uncertainties and doubts, and I definitely feared the unknown. But the only way to overcome those fears is to face it head on, which is precisely what I did. I learned as much as I could about marketing by reading profusely and asking a lot of dumb questions, but I learned 10 times more by doing and actively implementing what I learned into my business, as well as failing and learning how to fail better. I'm still feeling better today, questioning my assumptions about marketing every day because I'm a student for life, and as Mark Twain once said, it's not just what you don't know that gets you into trouble, but it's also what you know for sure that just ain't so. So today I'm going to share with you what I've learned about effective online digital marketing out of necessity to not just survive, but to strive as a solo practitioner by generating new leads and retaining them as clients. Because no matter how good of a lawyer you are, you're not going to be able to showcase your talent if nobody knows who you are and you don't have any clients to advocate for. So today I'm going to break down my marketing strategy or approach into 3 steps. Step number 1, I'll explain how you identify who your target clients are for the purpose of more effective target marketing. Step number 2, I'll talk about where your prospective clients are congregating and where to get their information. Then in step number 3, I'll discuss 3 mediums you can use to market your legal services online to target your clients. So question number 1, What are your focused set of target clients within a niche market? As a solo practitioner or small law firm, you have limited resources, so it's difficult to address every legal problem within your area of expertise without the possibility of spreading yourself too thin. If you want to compete with bigger law firms, then you have to zero in on a niche market or a focused set of prospective clients as the subject of a larger market. Focusing on a niche market brings clarity to your marketing message. Niche marketing is important because it can, one, help you corner a part of the market where few other lawyers are present, and two, it can also help you position yourself as a specialist or expert and stand out from your competition. Question number 2, what are your target clients' biggest frustrations and challenges? You have to know your target clients' biggest frustrations and challenges in order to determine the right emotions to speak to them in your marketing campaigns. If you're able to speak to exactly what your target clients are feeling, then you'll be able to connect with them emotionally and not just on a rational level. If they believe that you can solve their biggest frustrations and challenges, then they're more likely to want to retain you. Question number 3, what are your target clients' hopes, dreams, and desires? You have to know your target clients' hopes, dreams, and desires in order to learn how to paint a vivid picture of what life could be like after they use your legal services. If you do so, then it becomes easier to write content for your marketing campaigns that captures the attention of your target audience. Question number 4, what are your target clients' biggest fears? You have to know the primary things that keep your target clients up at night, tossing and turning and unable to sleep. You have to know the things that your target clients worry about in their minds but don't tell anyone. Knowing your prospective clients' deepest and most primal fears is essential because people are more motivated by their pain than they are by pleasure. People are also more motivated by the fear of loss than they are by the desire to gain something. So knowing this enables you to write content for your marketing campaigns that motivates them to move towards your legal services and solutions and away from what they fear the most. Question number 5, what are your target clients' preferred form of communication? You have to know where your target clients want you to communicate with them. This may be in person communication, video conference calls via Zoom, Microsoft Teams, WebEx, teleconferences, text messages via mobile, WhatsApp or Messenger, and email. If your marketing campaigns articulate how you will adapt to accommodate them by communicating with them where they already are, then you eliminate friction points or inconveniences that sometimes stop a prospective client from reaching out to you for a consultation. Question number 6, what phrases, exact language, and vernacular do your target clients use? Like Robert Collier once said, you have to enter the conversation already taking place in the customer's mind. In order to do this, you have to know the language and niche-specific terms being used in your clients' minds for their hopes, dreams, pains, fears, and desires. Listen carefully to the language they're already using and write them down. This is important because people are more attracted to people and businesses who speak their language. In Dr. Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, he has a chapter on liking where he states the following, quote, people prefer to say yes to individuals they like. A second factor that influences liking and compliance is similarity. We like people who are like us, and we are more willing to say yes to their requests, often in an unthinking manner, end quote. So if you know how to spark liking by speaking your target client's language, then you'll create marketing campaigns that really resonate with them better. Your target client should be saying to themselves, wow, it's like this lawyer is speaking directly to me. Question number 7, what does a day in your target client's life look like? You have to know what your target client's daily life looks like in order to add an incredible personal element to your marketing campaigns. If you do so, then it'll also help you make more practical decisions and answer useful questions, such as when in the day are they most likely to respond? Your prospective clients are completely different people at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning than they are at 7 p.m. on a Friday evening. You must be aware of all these subtle differences and use it effectively in your marketing strategy. And lastly, question number 8, what makes your target clients happy? You have to remember your clients are emotional human beings who want to interact with personal people within law firms and engage with personal brands that make them feel good about themselves. So you have to know where the touch points are in your client's journey, from retaining your law firm to when you close their file. Think of how you could bring a smile to your client's face, such as updating them at every major milestone of their case or providing them with a handwritten thank you note after retaining your law firm. Before I move into step number 2, I want to introduce an important formula. The large market formula breaks down the entire audience of buyers in any market into 4 key categories. The first category is buy now, which represents 3% of buyers in the market who are essentially saying, I need a lawyer right now. If I had to assign a temperature to these buyers, I would describe them as hot. The second category is information gathering, which represents 17% of buyers in the market who are saying, I would like a lawyer, but I just want more information. I would describe these buyers as warm. The third category is problem aware, which represents 20% of buyers in the market who are saying, I have a legal problem and I may need a lawyer. I would describe these buyers as lukewarm. The fourth category is not problem aware, which represents 60% of buyers in the market who are saying, I don't have a legal problem, and I don't need a lawyer. I will describe these buyers as cold. So at any given market, at any given time, there's only 3% of people are in buying now mode and want a lawyer right now. The problem is your competitors, especially larger law firms with larger resources, are going hard after that top 3%. If you split up that 3% of clients in buy now mode between yourself and your competitors, you're never going to retain much clients. However, the real potential is in the combination of the 17% of people in the gathering information mode and the 20% of people in the problem-aware mode, which total 37% of the people considering a lawyer in the market. A larger marketing strategy with the objective of enhancing brand awareness also targets the 60% of prospective clients who aren't even aware yet that they have a legal problem. So now let's talk about step number 2, which focuses on where your target clients congregate and get their information. Your target clients are going to find you in one of 2 ways. 1, they're going to interact with things that interest them, where you'll interrupt them. 2, they're going to search for you using the most popular search engines, where you'll increase the likelihood that they find you by using popular keyword phrases. Russell Brunson, co-founder and CEO of ClickFunnels, Inc., identified 2 types of congregations: interest-based congregations and search-based congregations. The first type of congregation is based on interest. What you want to do here is brainstorm all of the places that your prospective clients congregate and then create worksheets listing all of them. So you want to list all of the relevant social networks. You also want to list 20 to 100 different websites, forums and message boards, Facebook groups, podcasts, email newsletters, blogs, vlogs, YouTube channels, and any other important type of congregation. You have to remember that this list is not static. So you have to recreate the list periodically throughout the year by pulling off names that aren't bringing in the right clients and adding names as you find them. Once you figure out where your prospective clients congregate, you then have to get their attention. You do so by first gauging the temperature of your prospective clients, further to the large market formula that I mentioned earlier. You have to be careful not to approach a potential client who is warm or in information gathering mood as if they are hot or in buy now mode. You also have to focus on giving value to your prospective clients. Give them an informative and education-based message and not a promotional piece. So if it's a Facebook group, for example, you join the group and you get the attention of your prospective clients by answering the questions that they post in the group. If it's a podcast, for example, you first learn what content the creators are producing and then give value to them by offering to freely contribute to that content. After you're invited to the podcast, you then give value to their audience, which are your prospective clients, by answering their questions and educating them. The second type of congregation is based on the keyword phrases used on a search platform like Google. When people go to Google or another search engine and type a keyword phrase, they enter an existing congregation of people searching for the same thing. There are three types of keyword phrases. The first are transactional keyword phrases, which are used by people who are ready to make a decision to retain a lawyer now. An example is personal injury lawyer near me. If you think back to the large market formula, the people on Google searching with transactional keyword phrases are in buy now mode. You want to strategically include some transactional keyword phrases as H1 titles on your website for the purpose of search engine optimization. The second are informational keyword phrases, which are used by people who have questions around your area of practice, but are not necessarily looking for a lawyer right now. Further to the large market formula, these people are in information gathering mode. I have a vlog called Personal Injury Lawyer Tips. And when I post the videos to my YouTube channel, I strategically use the informational keyword phrases as the titles of many of my videos. Why? Because YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. So I want to increase the chances of people finding the videos that link back to my law firm's website. Lastly, navigational keywords are used by people to navigate to a specific website. An example is when someone searches for your law firm. After your prospective clients enter a search query into a search engine like Google, it lists the search results in one of three listings: the paid or pay-per-click listings, where the search results will appear in the paid section at the top of the search engine results page. In Google's search engine results, many of you are probably familiar, you'll see the word sponsored on top of all of the results. The map listings is the second one, where the search results appear in the map listings sections. And lastly, organic or natural listings, where search results appear in the organic section, which is just below the paid section. If you're operating on a budget and want the greatest return on investment, then begin by focusing on being listed on the organic listings. It does take longer to rank on page 1 of organic listings, but you must look at it as an investment in your law firm's future and be willing to play the long game, because it will pay dividends over time. Once your profits increase, however, you can then shift some of that money into pay-per-click ads. So how do you get your law firm listed on page 1 in the organic section of the search engine results page? You do so by website optimization and enhancing your domain authority, which is a ranking of how important your website is for a specific targeted subject area and relevance with respect to keyword phrases people use to find things on search engines like Google. Website optimization comes from strategically including the transactional and informational keyword phrases on all of your web pages, creating value, informative and relevant content to accompany them. You could enhance your domain authority in the eyes of Google by, amongst other things, securing inbound links and citations from other reputable websites with a high domain authority, creating valuable and relevant content on your website that keeps people engaged, and reviews, such as Google reviews. You could find popular keyword phrases that your prospective clients will use in search engines like Google by using free keyword research tools such as Ubersuggest. You can also use paid keyword research tools from companies like Moz and Ahrefs. The data that appears in the keyword phrases results helps you determine which keyword phrases are the most frequently searched terms and are the most difficult to rank at the top of Google and other search engines. So now let's talk about step number 3, which focuses on what mediums do you use to market your legal services. The first one is paid traffic marketing. It requires an investment of your money. The second is owned traffic marketing. It requires an investment of your time. And the third is earned traffic marketing. It requires an investment of your money or your time or a combination of both. Paid traffic marketing refers to ad spots that you pay for, such as on search results page, social network websites, similar to how you would pay to purchase ad space in a print publication. An example of a method that generates paid traffic includes pay-per-click Google ads. If you use paid traffic marketing, you have to make sure to set a budget. But however, what do you do if you're a solo practitioner or a small law firm and you can't afford paid traffic marketing in the early stages? If you can't afford paid traffic marketing, then you have to shift your focus to either own traffic or earned traffic marketing, because they primarily require an investment of your time. Owned traffic marketing comes from the creation of your own assets. Some examples are your law firm's social network websites, YouTube channel, podcasts, and email newsletters that link back to your law firm's website. Your law firm's blog, vlog, and webinars located on your law firm's website. And any other content you created that's housed on your law firm's website. You grow your own traffic organically through strategic and creative practices, which doesn't require a huge budget, but rather the development of your personal brand and the use of effective storytelling. A great example of someone who successfully uses the power of building a personal brand is Gary Vaynerchuk. On LinkedIn, Gary Vaynerchuk's personal page, personal branding, has 5 million followers. You can check it up if you don't believe me. And his company, VaynerMedia, corporate branding, has only 195,000 followers. As a solo practitioner at small law firm, one of the advantages you have over large law firms is your ability to build a strong personal brand that effectively tells your unique and authentic story, which resonates with people on a deeper human level. Like in the Gary Vee example, your prospective clients will connect with your personal brand quicker than they will connect with your corporate brand. Earned traffic marketing comes from web content produced by third-party resources. It can be stimulated by your own media because someone might see your organic content and then share your information about your law firm via digital word of mouth to their audiences. Some examples are actively doing speaking engagements for popular organizations with huge followings that mention your law firm and link back to your law firm's website, writing books, legal journal articles, blogs, and writing for other online publications that link back to your law firm's website. Interviews or mentions in major newspapers, legal magazines, podcasts, blogs, vlogs, etc. that link back to your law firm's website. Press mentions like listicles or reviews written by legal industry influencers that rate or suggest your law firm. And awards to your law firm for legal excellence in reputable legal magazines that link back to your law firm's website. Earned traffic marketing gives you social proof. In Dr. Robert Cialdini's book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, he has a chapter on social proof where he states the following, quote, "The principle of social proof states that one important means people use to decide what to believe or how to act in a situation is to examine what others are believing or doing there," end quote. When reputable organizations are mentioning you, writing about you, interviewing you, reviewing you, recommending you, and linking back to your website, they're not just redirecting traffic to your website and increasing your domain authority. They're also vouching for you, making it easier for your prospective clients to choose you. Earned traffic marketing also enhances your authority. When a trustworthy third party publicly states that you're an authority in your area of expertise, it elevates your status and influences your prospective's decision to retain you as their lawyer. Dr. Robert Cialdini also has a chapter in his book on authority where he states the following in regards to the influential effect of it. Quote, "The persuasive effect of being seen as an authority is maximized by also being seen as a credible such authority, one perceived as both expert, knowledgeable on the relevant topic, and trustworthy, honest in the presentation of one's knowledge," end quote. So you maximize the persuasive effect of your targeted client seeing you as a credible authority and trustworthy when third parties vouch for you as being an expert in your area of expertise and that you're trustworthy. So I spoke to you about the how, the who, the where, and the what in online digital marketing. And now I want to end with a focus on the why. It's important to know your law firm's why. If you want to engage in effective storytelling in your marketing campaigns, then you must know the why behind your law firm's purpose, not only for your mission statement, but for your law firm's story. Providing the why of your law firm's story gives your prospective clients a way to connect with you on a personal level and view your law firm as a living, breathing entity. I last want to end by reiterating the focus of your strategic marketing campaigns being giving value to your prospective clients. In Dr. Robert Cialdini's book, he talks about the rule of reciprocation, where he says the following, quote, "The rule requires that one person try to repay in form what another person has provided," end quote. When you freely give information to your prospective clients, that answers their legal questions and educates them, they will naturally feel the urge to reciprocate in some shape or form. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to start here with the first question that we have online here. And Ramesh, you touched on this briefly, so Andrew, I'm going to ask you about it first. Exit interviews or exit surveys, is that something that you use in your practice? And if so, do you have any pointers or recommendations about how you would deal with that?
So I do exit interviews. I like to get feedback from my clients even after I've closed their file. It's very good to get that, so I always want to refine my practice as I go forward. I also obtain a Google review for my client after I settle their file. Usually their emotional state's the highest there, and they're more willing to do that. I also try to maintain a relationship with my clients after, which is different. I do civil litigation. Usually when you settle the file, usually you don't correspond with them afterwards, but I send them emails wishing them happy birthday. I also send out, I create my own content, so I include them in my email list just to keep in contact with them, because you got to ask yourself, right, who's in the best position to vouch for you and speak on your behalf when you're not there out in the community? The clients you did exceptional work for, right? They're the ones who are going to be, he stood by me, he took me to trial, he got a good result. They're the ones who are going to be talking for you when you're not there. So I also include that in my overall marketing strategy as well. I'm not just trying to seek out new clients, but also the clients that I did serve. I maintain that relationship so that they can also speak on my behalf as well.
Okay. The next question, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to answer this, but I'll ask you. What do you think about using incentives to give a client to give feedback, and what's the Law Society's view on that? So can you offer clients maybe a little bit of a discount on their bill if they post any kind of a review or give you feedback? Can you give them maybe like a small parting gift, like a pen or a mug or something? What's your thought on that, or what do you know about what the Law Society thinks about that?
My approach, I don't do that. I strongly believe that I need to earn that review, and I'm not going to provide an incentive to them. And I'm not judging anyone who does provide incentives. It places more pressure on me to do an exceptional job for my clients to get the right result that they need. So at the end of the matter, when I settle their file, I want them to be happy with the result and super pleased. And that's the timing. That's when I asked them for that. So they just naturally want to do that. And that goes from, one of the overall messages I made in my presentation, giving your clients value, right?
Now, Andrew, what about yourself? What do you do? What do you suggest in the way of keeping clients in the loop, keeping them informed about what's going on with their files?
So the good thing with being a civil litigation lawyer is that the litigation process is pretty predictable in terms of the steps that you take from beginning all the way to examinations for discoveries, to private mediations, to pre-trials, to trials. So I view those stages as milestones, and then I keep my clients informed at each major milestone. And they like that, because you don't want to be that lawyer who contacts your client right when you're getting ready for trial, and they have no idea what happened, during the interim from signing the retainer agreement to trial. You want to keep them in the loop always. So, and not just the major milestones, but if there's a big turning event, or if I get an offer from the other side, whatever the case may be, I just always contact them to keep them in the loop so they're fully informed. They love that transparency.
That's great. Well, thank you both very much for a very informative presentation today. I'm sure we all got a lot out of this. And the materials are in your packages or online. You can access those electronically. And thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you.